Said again, the reality is even like, I don't want to say worse, but you get what I mean. They're going to delist you. It's like, yeah, they are literally adding to the stress.
Events I registered for a second year that I could not go for. I'm like, okay, what will you do? But the things they will now do in your head are like, are you trying to be an enemy or you're trying to be a friend? Are you an op? Hi everyone, my name is Jokotola. Welcome to Beyond the Brochure. Here I take you through everything that the MBA schools you're trying to apply to or the ones that you're currently in do not tell you before you apply. Basically telling you and taking you through my lived experiences and the lived experiences of other people, like my friend sitting down here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi guys. Like I said before, my name is Tohib.
Did you know what you said?
Jokotola's best friend. By Mal, actually. Yeah, I'm also an MBA student here at Rothman. I've been with Jokotola. We were in the same team, by the way. That's like one of the rarities in the class. And yeah, it's been nice, no?
Yeah, it's been good. Okay, awesome. So today we're going to be talking about what we expected versus what we got in the Rothman MBA program, as well as the things that we have experienced over the past how many months that we just want to share with people. Just want to get them to know about our experience basically. I have a few notes here so that we would be in check. The first thing is MBA myth versus reality. What are the things you expected before coming to the MBA program that you thought, oh, this is how it was going to be, versus how you see it now? And I can start.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the program was going to be chill for one. I thought it was going to be very, very calm. Like, okay, you go to school, you do your thing. I didn't think it was going to be very academic. So you go to school, you do your thing, you go back home, you would have time for every other thing you need to do. But it didn't appear like that for me, because particularly for Rothman, it's a very academic school in the sense that your grades are released to employers. Everybody is very competitive. That when your grades are released to employers, obviously it's the person with the highest grade that would potentially be called for a job. And with the way the Canadian job market is, jobs are scarce. If I'm being honest, like the great jobs are scarce, right? So I didn't expect it to be very academic, but it happened to be. Do you want to shed light on anything?
Yeah, my expectations really before coming was more practical,
Okay.
which I didn't get in the first year. The first year, like you said, was extremely academic, class-based, books and stuff. I didn't come for that. I thought I had left that in Unilag. But I got that experience only in the second year when I started to actually get hands-on with the kind of work I wanted to, or the kind of education I wanted to pursue, which is entrepreneurship education.
Yeah.
I think that was the main one for me. It was really a big shocker because my first term was nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
I can't even write about it. Not talk less about writing home.
Writing
Because, like,
home.
it's yeah. So it's that crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, first year was one of those times where I was just like, I almost broke down at some point too. I think it was in November of 2024. I booked a flight to Nigeria one day. I just woke up and I booked a flight to Nigeria. I had to cancel it because I couldn't afford to go home. I couldn't afford it. I was just like, okay, I'll book a
You
flight.
couldn't afford your therapy session.
I couldn't.
Yeah. I couldn't even think of flying back home because I don't know what to say to my dad. Like, how's the education going? It's not going so well.
No, it was too much. And I think to shed more light on even how academic and rigorous it is, in like 6 weeks, you're doing 3 to 4 courses.
Yeah.
You're writing your midterms, you're writing your exams. You have a 1 week break. They call it a reading week. You catch your breath, all of those things. And then the next 6 weeks, you're taking 3 or 4 more courses. I'm just like, it's too much. Personally, I think it's too much for me.
Yeah. It was too much for me also because in the space I'm in the venture space I'm in, I had to get out there in addition to going to classes. So I was at a lot of events, trying to meet people, trying to build a connection outside Rothman.
Yeah.
And the expectation from the school was all of that has to be in conjunction with coming to classes. So it was hectic. And I had a baby, by the way.
Yeah,
I had a baby.
So I think you didn't even share your background, which would have been nice.
Yeah, I have a baby and I'm doing my MBA. I think that should give you enough picture, like, to know.
So Toyib's baby came, I think, October of 2024.
Yeah, at the end of the first 6 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And oh my God, it's I don't know.
But she's a big girl now.
Yeah, at least she's my MBA testament. I look at her and I remember.
we've come this far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dealing with all of that, like school,
Yeah.
figuring out getting a job, and also having a new life that you have to take care of, it was definitely a lot in the first year.
Yeah.
It was, and I think we can even talk about jobs. We can go into jobs from here. I genuinely thought that there was a pathway, like you come into the MBA program and you sort of figure out, oh, this is what I want to do. Because before coming here, people tell you, oh, just go and do the MBA. You figure out your next steps. Like if you want to switch your career from whether accounting to something other, like some other thing, you'll figure it out. So in my head, I thought, oh, once I come in here, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do one finance course and I can tell myself, oh my gosh, I want to be an investment banker. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I felt like for me, as I kept on taking different courses, like in the first year, the required courses, I started having a lot of interest. And I'm like, oh my gosh, would I do finance today? And tomorrow I want to do strategy. And next tomorrow I want to do like something tech related. So I felt like it was a bit more confusing for me than I thought it would be. Because in my head, as I said before, I thought it would just be smooth sailing and I figure it out. How was that for you? I feel like you already knew what you wanted to do.
I've been a venture capitalist for 5 years, and I had it in mind to continue. I've always had it in mind to continue. So when I came to Rotman because of CDL, which is like one of the biggest I would say science innovation accelerator in Canada, actually, or in North
I don't
America.
know what this is about, but I'm also in this school.
Yeah, so I came to understand venture building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an idea to build around to become a founder, to become operationally savvy, as I've developed experience to invest.
Mm-hmm.
But I could get matched with a venture in the serial program and basically build with them while I'm a student in the first, in the 2 years of my time in Rotman. So that's why I came to learn entrepreneurship on the operational side. So with that in mind, I don't really have much expectations for a job outside venture.
Okay.
Outside, working with a startup or finding a VC job. And I knew that for me to get either of those two things, I need to augment whatever I do in class with, like I said, going to events, being in the ecosystem in Canada. And that was not really much of a shock for me because I knew, for one, Canada is not the biggest, obviously not the biggest venture market in North America.
Yeah.
So I'm not in the biggest space. I knew that right from the beginning. So it's not a shock how things are turning out. But so far so good. Things are going well with CDL in the equation. It's like a massive amplifier of your profile. So if you're coming to Rotman and you're in the space, in the venture space, I would say, put CDL on your bingo card. I would say.
Okay, so if they are interested in venture capitalism or whatever,
that's
what's called, right?
Is it
venture
capitalists or venture capital?
Interested in venture.
On venture, that's a more broad,
I guess like Rotman is a good place to come to. Speaking about this, like it seems interesting that you knew what you wanted, like you knew that Rotman was a good place for that, and that was why you came. I think for me broadly, I just knew that Rotman was a decent school in Canada, like it was a good school in Canada. I'm like, if I want to do my MBA here, then I might as well do it in this school, and I think it has lived up to that. On some occasions, like sometimes I'm like, oh no, this is not what I expected, like we're obviously talking about now. But I think after first year, going into second year, I was able to do more things that I liked, like the courses that I took, I liked some of them. And just being able to pick what you want to do is very important, because at the end of the day, like you came here for a reason. Like Toyib is able to do venture capitalist work and take courses in that field, like in entrepreneurship, because that's what he came to do. And then for me as well, I have found what I wanted to do or what I want to do, and I would say like it's somewhere in the intersection of technology and strategy. And I think it was basically after figuring out like all the courses that we took, I'm like, I knew that I did not want to do anything finance related. You could not beg me to do that, but at least now I figured out like, okay, this is what I want to do. But moving on to our next questions, what did people tell you to expect coming into the program?
I think I watched a couple of videos before coming. There's a lady on YouTube, I can't remember her name. She's Nigerian. She made a kind of vlog about that day. Also an Asian lady also. She made a vlog about that day as a first year student in Rotman. And I think I got the feel that it was a little bit very academic.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got the feel, but I didn't really understand, to the depth of reality. So I got the feel that it was very kind of academic and, yeah, it's not as hands-on. Like I said again, the reality is even like, I don't want to say worse, but you get what I mean.
Hi everyone, I'm Debola Aide. I am Jokota's elder sister and I teach her everything. I teach her and I taught her everything that she knows today. So pay attention because you'll be getting transferred knowledge, transferable knowledge, and so much more. Please subscribe, like, and ring the bell. That's there in the corner. Do people still say that on YouTube? I guess even though people don't say it, I say it, so you do it. Peace out. Yeah, the people still say peace out. Gosh, I'm such a millennial.
But yeah, I think if I would answer that question of what people told me before coming, it's like, yeah, you're coming to an academic school where stress levels are known to be very high. I don't want to say the bad reviews, but yeah.
You know, the thing is, like, we're here to be honest. That's why it's called Beyond the Brochure. So the school is not going to tell you this, but we will tell you.
Do you have a lawyer or something?
I will sue them back.
Yeah, you have. I don't have a lawyer. So.
Don't worry.
You can tell all the bad things.
You are under me. You are under state.
Yeah, I just think it's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew it was very stressful beforehand, before coming. I think it's on. If I say it, I don't think it's a big deal, but I think it's on the internet that there's a lot of issues with academic stress, particularly, which has led a lot of people to self-harm. Right. Yeah. So there's that. But again, the fact that I had my expectations calibrated really helped me. I didn't really go to events that were not aligning with my entrepreneurship and venture ambitions.
Yeah.
I made it laser focused on what I wanted to achieve.
Sorry, but you saying the truth, because I feel like you were in some management consulting.
Yeah,
you're not being honest.
No, I'm honest. So the thing is, at the beginning, right, it's very hard for you to be all macho and all stoic up. That's I'm that laser focused. I was laser focused, but then I'm like, okay, maybe I can have a second plan. But after the first year, and I'm like, wow. Sorry, not even the first year.
Like
the first term.
Yeah.
Not was it semester or term?
Oh, I don't even
the first term. But like there are 4 terms in a year. I think 2 terms in a semester, I believe.
Yeah.
After the first term, I just checked out. I'm like, and that's 6 weeks. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. It's just time wasting because it was basically stealing time from
other things.
The main thing I came for. Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you speak about being laser focused.
Yeah.
So a while back, I checked what my statements coming into Rotman was, what my story was about, and the different areas that I wanted to go to. And I realized that like tech strategy was up there, was number 1. But then I came here and I was so distracted by every other thing. Like I was thinking this club, that club, how many clubs, because they throw a lot of clubs at you. And I think one thing I did not know that I think is my fault. I thought we were not going to pay for all these clubs.
No, I think it's like free.
I thought the clubs were free. So you hear Management Consulting Association, you hear Finance Association, thinking, okay, because I want to do this, I will join and it's fine. 1 year is like how much?
Like $130.
150. I think for MCA, that one's even more expensive.
That's like Mama Wellness price.
They don't know what you're talking about. He's talking about food. Like a tray of food is about that price.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I didn't know that we're going to pay for this. In my head, I'm like, if I've already paid for tuition and it's this expensive, every other thing is free. And then we'll come again. They'll be telling us we have to pay for this course pack on Ivy Publishing or Harvard Business Review, something like that.
I mean, let me cut in
into
what you just said. The most annoying thing is when the clubs you've paid that humongous amount of money for starts telling you that if you miss 2 or 3 events that you register for and you can and they really want to come to the event, but I'm somewhere in downtown Toronto trying to coffee chat someone, and somehow I forget about my calendar events, which happens to be like hundreds, by the way, because I'm in like 4 clubs, and now you're telling me you delist me, and you won't return my money back.
So in their defense, they're like, you need to figure out your calendar before you.
Yeah, I get that. I do understand that, but then it's like, come on, throw me a bone. Come on.
Yeah, I think after first year, the events I registered for a second year that I could not go for, I'm like, okay, what will you do? What's the
I didn't even go for any events other than Revcar. Seriously, because I was an executive, and by the way, I paid for program fees for all of the clubs I'm in.
Oh, so like program fees is you're paying for first year and second year at the beginning of first year, and then yearly fees is obviously you're paying for 1 year at a time.
So I just let it go. So my advice would be, the takeaway for the audience is going to be, maybe consider paying annual fees for the clubs that you're not sure of, the ones that are not in the core of your ambitions or your goals, and then see how things pan out in the second year. At the end of the day, on aggregate, you might pay higher, but you'd have a more, directed doings than paying for program fees that you might not get to enjoy in the second year because you are checked out and you probably know where you're going after graduation. So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, these clubs, I'm grateful for the ones that I joined that were useful for me, but sometimes it's just too much. I think at the beginning of first year, I joined 4 clubs, two professional clubs and 2 social clubs. I mean, some of them were
social
good.
clubs, apart from
Rackback, Rackman Christian Association.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was in those 2 clubs. But yeah, there's that as well. And then moving from professional club to social club, I think I want to talk about community. Did you have any expectations around coming here and building a community?
For me, I would say, naturally I don't have a problem with building a community. I think I fit very well into different types of communities. People say I'm a funny guy. I don't know if that's a review I get from you, but maybe you are a hater.
You make your daughter laugh at me.
Maybe you are just like one of the haters, because everybody has haters. A prophet is not loved in his hometown.
I think you are funny.
Yeah. So I think I'm just an open person. I'm very much open to make new friends, but then on the other side, I try to take it with a very with a little grain of salt. How do they say that phrase? Take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
Because I know definitely there are gonna be people you'll be good to, you'll laugh with, and they don't really like you like that. They're just laughing with you, and then you ask them for some things. Fake people. So yeah, if that's already on the baseline acknowledgement to say they're this kind of people and you know the kind of person you are, you just don't expect to make much friends or that many friends from the people that laugh at you. I coming in, I knew I was going to make new friends, definitely. But then at the end of the day, I also knew that I was also not going to allow everybody that I class as friends at the beginning as friends at the end. So there's some expectations management.
Yeah, that's really good. Can you say what you said at the beginning? Like, who's the best friend you've made in this school?
I don't think I've made any best friends. I think I've made bad friends.
Oh, okay. We'll just.
I can give you an example if you
want. Who is the person?
There's a person. Like the angle 90.
Angle 90.
Yeah.
Right angle. Please, moving on. I think this is the last thing that we're going to touch on. Beyond everything that we have heard before coming to Rotman and what we have seen now, what do you think has been worth it?
Yeah. Okay. I said at the beginning that my bad thing about Rotman was the beginning was very front-loaded with academic stuff, and I felt like I was not really doing what I came here to do. But the end parts has been very great, entrepreneurship speaking, entrepreneurship-wise. I've got to work with 2 startup companies and 1 startup accelerator. Those are like 3 startup entities. Of course, the theoretical base, the theoretical add-ons in class, and the professors you meet and the books they recommend to you in class and unofficially has been great. The learning curve has been very steep. That's one thing I think sort of justifies the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I paid for.
Can we do GoFundMe in this video?
Maybe.
Please fund us. It's giving Bambiala. I don't know him.
There's a way you curve your hand that shows that you're an expert. In school where you ask for food. It's not gonna leak out. There's a way you do it.
A professional beggar.
Oh my god.
You know how to beg.
No.
See me, man is like
I'm a professional asker. Solicitor.
Beggar is what he's trying to say, beggar. But thank you very much for sharing that. I think for me,
I'll send my bills.
Oh, please, let's focus on the video we're recording. For me, what has been worth it is knowing that I'm capable of more. So my expectations coming in here were very different from my reality. And at the end of the day, I'm still here today. by the grace of God. And it's just essentially knowing that I'm capable of more. Whatever life essentially throws at you, I'm still able to float above the water. That's how they say it, right?
Afloat, yeah.
To float, yes.
To stay afloat.
To stay afloat, essentially. So I think for me, that's what it has shown me. And then in other things that I do outside of school is knowing that I'm capable of more as far as I push myself. Doesn't mean I'm going to push myself to the farthest end, but just knowing that whatever the situation is, like there's definitely a way that I can come through from it. To round this up, what's one advice you're going to give to prospective students, whether coming to Rodman, coming to Canada, or going to any MBA school?
Well, I think if you listen to my ramblings for the past couple of minutes, you're going to be able to fish out easily that I had an anchor, and I think you should too. The MBA program is a vast program of ideas, people, different aspirations. If you don't have what you want to do, it's very easy to go with the flow, and the flow is very dangerous. It can take you to where you don't know, right? So I think you should know what you want to do, what your anchor is. For me, it's venture investing and venture building. For you, it could be consulting, it could be finance, project finance, sustainable finance. Just find it before you come. And then, by the way, it's also going to help you in your second year. I don't know how the MBA program works in other places, but in Rotsman, you have a choice for the courses you take in the second year. If you don't have an anchor, it's not going to be cohesive, right? Your second year is just going to be all over the place, and at the end of the day, these learnings, they compound. From what you learn in this class, it's going to be somehow related to what you're learning in another class.
That's true.
And then if you arrange it so well, if you curate it so well, it comes out to be a very rounded, well compounded body of knowledge for you in that field, and you become a true master of business in whatever, in entrepreneurship.
True. Did you get any emphasis?
I'm going to get entrepreneurship.
Ooh. I got one in strategy, mistakenly. But yeah, that's an aside. But thank you very much for sharing that. I thought that was also
it's
very
not free, by the way.
What's not free?
I'm serious. You get to pay for all
what
of
am
these
I
nuggets.
paying?
You just nodding. It's dollars.
You don't have my own. This nuggets you're getting from me is not nuggets.
I didn't say I was just looking at you. I was just nodding.
These are the issues. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on here. I hope
welcome.
we've been able to tell you what our expectations were as against what we saw coming into the MBA program. And I mean, it's still a work in progress, right? It will soon be done, but I'm sure there are still some things that we'll see along the line that maybe we can come back in a year from now and share, like, what the post MBA life is like.
If it is worth it,
if it is worth it, because after paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, it has to be worth it. It has to be. So thank you very much for watching this video. Next week, I'm going to be sharing about something else related to the MBA program. And if you're interested in that, please come back again. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the nice things.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. That's how to say it. Merci beaucoup. Bye.